Tell us about what the biggest challenges were, in the whole transition. How did you feel about, moving from one house to this house, like the whole process?
Well, the biggest challenge I think was the initial, how are we going to get in this house and sell our house immediately to make this all work within a time frame and obtain the financing in a reasonable amount of time too, so that the seller of this house would be happy and take our offer.
Right. All right. So in the process, like you weren't even real. I mean, y'all were just sporadically looking when this one popped on the market. And how we handled that was, very, very urgently. You knew you wanted to be done at the lake. We got you in here. We got you first in line on the offer, and we were able to execute that for you. I think pretty good. Would you say?
Yeah, it was very fast and efficient, and we couldn't be happier with it.
Cool. What was the biggest challenge for you in the whole process?
Biggest challenge? Well, probably the financing aspect after we found out that the USDA loan didn't go through.
Right.
And we were probably about a week from closing.
Right.
And we had to switch to an FHA and get all that stuff done ASAP, and having to come up with the money to put down in order to do that. That was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, and then tell us about like the qualification for USDA. They have an actual cap on what you can make, and you were like $1 over the cap or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was they were using a projected income for the third year, and in the business I work in, it's impossible to predict what your income's going to be, but based on the projections of the government, they said that I was going to make more than I did the previous year.
Gotcha.
So they ended up declining it and having to switch over to FHA.
Right. Hey, buddy. So you handled that. Everything went smooth. Yep. We got you over here, and exactly when we said we were going to. Did you see anything there that wasn't handled as good as it possibly could have been, or like where do you see, as far as like room for was there anything you weren't satisfied with in the whole process?
I was satisfied, honestly, everything. It
Yeah.
all went very smoothly, except for that hiccup in the financing. That was the only thing. But as far as
no one had any control over that.
yeah, exactly. There's nothing that could have really been done about that.
Yeah. And the way that we're built, me and you, I think that when we get into a challenging spot, we just figure it out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Open communication, response time is on top of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, if you're on top of it, and you just get it worked out.
Yeah. That's right, and that's what we pride ourselves in doing is when we see a problem, we know that there's challenges, but we fight instead of flight. We don't turn and run, and in that situation, we are very ready to dive into the problem and figure that problem out. So I think that's exactly what we did.
Oh, exactly, and getting the early occupancy so we could figure out the move. Because having to close on a day, move all your stuff out, and be in the new house.
Yeah, the coordination.
Like 24 hours. I mean, that was phenomenal. To be able to get that all figured out.
The coordination of the move is the most frustrating part. I mean, so being able to make that work, I was glad that we had some reasonable folks here to work with, so we can make that happen for you.
And having to fight the weather too. That was
having to move during
a snowstorm a day later.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey man, I appreciate what we accomplished here. Actually, I had sold him that house on Hagen Street just 1 year ago.
Yep, 1 year.
And we were able to sell that house for profit. He didn't. He made money in that sale, right? So he put no money down on the property. We sold it within 12 months for profit and got him into his dream house within a year's time. So we've done 3 transactions with Justin so far, and all of them have been like top-notch, pretty smooth deals.
Easy.
Yeah. Couldn't
have asked for anything better.
Cool, man. Well, we're going to get the Instagram thing going. Sarah, you want to get in on this?
Come on, kids.
They're not doing video. This is just picture.
Just a picture.
This is just a picture.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate
No problem, man.